Hare Krishna. Am I audible? Am I audible? Yes, ma'am. Is clear, Prabhuji? Audio is Prabhuji. Audio is clear, Prabhuji. Yes. Audio. हाँ, ये position है. हाँ. Oh, इसके लिए audio इसके लिए. Hare Krishna. Om Agyan Vinodantase Gyanam Vinashtakaya Chakshurveditam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah Shri Chaitanya Krishna Kartikini Namundare Swayam Rupa Kananti Sarantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Guru Vaishnava Shri Rupam Sangam Nitantam Sajivam Savadevam Krishna Shri Radha Krishna Bhavna Shri Chap Namo Om Vishnu Pada Krishna Krishnaya Kare Shrimate Bhakti Namaste Saraswati Devi Gaurani Tachari Nirvishesha Nirvani Shanti Chatani Roma Vadanyaya Krishna 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 Name Hey Krishna Krishna Banta Nopesha Rupika Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Nityananda Shri Advaita Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Krishna. So welcome all the devotees from Chintamani. So many devotees have come early morning, taking so much of trouble from 2 hours far, brought by his grace Adikrishna Prabhu and his father and mother there. So welcome them to sponsor Shadipur and also all the boys and yoga devotees that they have made for the 8 a.m. class. Okay, so today is Gita Jayanthi, And we are going to recite all the 18 chapters of Bhagavad Gita from 11 a.m. in the second floor. But before recitation, let us sink our heart with the meaning of the Gita. And in thinking of the heart, the meaning of Gita, so I thought to discuss the whole meaning of 9 chapters of Bhagavad Gita. Now, why 9 chapters of Bhagavad Gita? So why 9 chapters of Bhagavad Gita? See, out of the 18 chapters of Bhagavad Gita, first 6 chapters is karma. Last 6 chapters is Jnana. Middle 6 chapters is Bhakti Yoga. So Bhakti Yoga is like a cream in the sandwich. We're interested. Now, out of the 6 chapters of Bhakti Yoga, 7 to 12, 9 chapters about Shuddha Bhakti. So therefore, 9 chapters, the most important chapter, where Krishna is openly talking about his heart, and it's not on this day of Gita Jayanthi, when Bhagavad Gita was spoken 5,000 years before. Let's hear this 9th chapter of Bhagavad Gita. The meaning of it is so sweet. And how it is so sweet, I remember one time I was going in a bus in Bangalore to UP I was going, and in the train, in the bus, the song was going on. आज हमें पता लगा तुम हमसे कितना प्यार करते हो. And I was reading Gita. Then I was thinking कि भगवान आज हमें पता लगा आप हमसे कितना प्यार करते हो. So this is Gita is what the love of God, the love letter to all the jivas from Krishna. That is Bhagavad Gita. And read one chapter, then we understand how Krishna loves us so much. So start reciting the Bhagavad Gita. Bhagavad Gita is there. Bhagavad Gita is there. Share. No, take this and share. And this is so 9th chapter. So we'll recite the shlokas and Sanskrit word to word meaning. I'll just tell you the meaning overall and tell the stories behind it. So there are 34 verses in Gita. We'll try to complete in 1 hour. And it's beautiful meaning. Anybody who learns this meaning will remain very enjoyable meaning of this 9th chapter of Gita. Shri Bhagavan Uvacha Idam tute guhyatamam pravakshyami ansuyave Jnana Vijnana Sahitam Yajñātva Moksasya Shubha. So Krishna is saying to Arjuna, Idam tute guhyatamam. I'm going to speak something guhyatamam. See, previously, Krishna has spoken about knowledge guhya. The guhya knowledge is about the knowledge of soul. Then Krishna also spoken the knowledge guhya tara. So guhya tara is a more secret knowledge. And guhya tamam. So guhya tamam is what? The most secret knowledge. So therefore, 9th chapter of what it means is the most confidential knowledge. Guhya tamam, the most secret of Bhagavad Gita. Pravakshyami. Pravakshyami, I will speak. Why am I speaking to you, Arjuna? Ansuyave. Because you are non-envious. And what does knowledge is? Jnana Vijnana Sahita. It is Jnana. Jnana is difference between body and soul. Vijnana is about our relationship with God. So Jnana Vijnana Sahitam Yaj Gyatava. After knowing this, Moksha se Ashubhat. You will attain auspiciousness in your life and will attain moksha, liberation. Now, what's the meaning of Ansuyave? What quality we require when we're hearing about Krishna? See, one time, one person asked, why Krishna is so much glorifying himself in Bhagavad Gita? Right? And nobody answered. See, Krishna is very, very humble. Krishna is not glorifying himself. Now, suppose if Ambani's son asked him, Father, what do you do? What are you? What is my relationship with you? So then Ambani should say, no, I'm in Bhikari only and I'm just doing. See, I have 1,000 crore empire for you, my son, and I'm your father. It belonged to it. So is it wrong if say is it proud? No, he's just telling the fact. It's the same way Krishna is our father, Krishna is God, he's saying I'm God, and I've only created this material world. There. And Krishna is very, very humble because he has not talked much about his glories. Till seventh chapter, Krishna has not talked about bhakti to him only. He is talking about Karma Yoga, Jnana Yoga, and other things there. And Krishna was spoken only 700 verses in Bhagavad Gita. But his devotee, Sukdev Goswami, spoke 18,000 verses in Srimad Bhagavatam about glorification of Krishna. And Krishna has not much told any of his pastimes. Right? मैं क्या करता हूँ? Does he talk the simple philosophy? So he's very, very humbly presenting Bhagavad Gita. So the one quality of Bhagavad Gita, Arjuna did not say, भगवान अपने आप के बारे में इतना बड़ा क्यों बोल रहे हैं? So Arjuna had that humility. He is not envious of Krishna. But when you go in public, you talk about, then people will feel envy. And this is the envy that we have come here. So therefore, the important qualification to understand Bhagavad Gita to understand that Krishna is the supreme Lord, there is general part and parcel. There's another spirit to learn Bhagavad Gita. So one time, the South Indian Brahmana during the Chaturmas said, he was this Brahmana was reciting Bhagavad Gita in Sri Lanka. And Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu comes and see him while reciting, and he was not able to recite properly. Many of us do not know the Sanskrit proper translations, proper recitation. He probably reciting idam tutam goya magam pravakshnamimam, something like he was reciting. But tears were coming in his eyes, and the scholars, there were some Sanskrit scholars, they were laughing. What are you doing? And the tears coming in his eyes, and Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu comes, and Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu asks, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu asks, oh Brahmana, I see your tears are coming. What are you enjoying in Gita? And Brahmana said, I don't know how to read and recite. My guru told me that you go and recite the Bhagavad Gita before Krishna. So when I'm reciting this Gita before Krishna, I see the beautiful form of Parthasarathi. The Krishna is taking a chariot, becoming a chariot driver for Arjuna, seeing that the Supreme Lord has become a chariot driver of his devotee, Bhakt Vatsalya, the tears are coming in. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, you are adhikari for learning Bhagavad Gita. You are adhikari to recite Gita. You only have understood the meaning of Gita. And he understood that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is not different from Krishna. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, keep it secret and keep coming every day, take my darshan. So this was the quality, had a faith in Guru and faith in the message of Gita, though he was not able to recite also properly. So this is the mood to understand the knowledge of Bhagavad Gita. The second verse, Rajavidya Rajaguhyam Pamitram Idamattamam Pratesh Abgamam Dharmyam Susukam Kartamavayam. So Rajavidya. So there is a Brahma Vidya, there is a Rajavidya. So Brahma Vidya, see, we all have different Vidya. The more the subtler the Vidya, the more powerful the Vidya is. For example, in Brahma Vidya is about the knowledge of soul. And it's very, very powerful Vidya. Why? See, if you bring a Diwali Pataka, it will have some energy. You bring a dynamite, it can break mountain. You bring an atom bomb, it can devastate a city only. Why? Because we are going more subtle and subtle. The same way, the knowledge of Atma is very, very powerful. Why? Because the knowledge of Atma, Brahm Vidya, the liberate the soul only and can make him wonderful things. But beyond the Brahm Vidya, the Raja Vidya, where you understand the power of bhakti. The power of bhakti by which Yashoda Maya found Krishna. But Brahma Vidya you cannot bound Krishna. But with Radha Vidya you can bound Krishna. And therefore this bhakti is very, very special. The knowledge is king of all education. The Raj Vidya Raj Vidya. So here, Pavitramidam Uttamam. So the most purifying knowledge is in this world is a knowledge of Bhagavad Gita. Pavitramidam Uttamam. And why this one? So many times people have a confusion. When we practice bhakti, do our prarabdha karmas also go away? But the answer is yes. Padma Puran talks about aprarabdha, phalam, utam, bijam. All these four types of the papas goes away for a jiva when he takes to Krishna bhakti. And how it goes away is like you put a needle. There's a bunch of leaves and you put a needle. Karma pradliyate. So one after another, the leaves will get pierced. Same way the there. In Namashtakam, Rup Goswami says, "Oh holy name, Naam Prabhu, even by tapaha, even by jnana, even by austerity, going to jungle, prarabdha karma don't go away. But by your mercy, even the prarabdha karma goes away. And what are the prarabdha karmas? The papa and punya karmas which you have to suffer in this life, which are done for this life, are called prarabdha karmas. So there are four types of karma: prarabdha, phalam, utam, and bijam. So the phalam is a prarabdha. So our prarabdha is the reaction that will come in future lives. Utam and bijam are the tendency to commit the sinful desires. And prarabdha is what sinful reaction already come in this world. All these four will, all these four reactions will go away by the process of bhakti. So therefore, when a devotee comes in the process of bhakti, he should not worry. Krishna will take away all his miseries of life by this process of bhakti. And Pratesh Abgamayam Tatmayam. This dharma is very easy to do. One can directly perceive the self there. Mean, generally other processes, you wait, अरे process work कर रहा है या नहीं कर रहा है. But bhakti process you can experience. Even a child can experience. Even a child can experience that yes, the process of bhakti is working because you feel so much joy while doing bhakti. While doing sankirtan, you feel so much of joy. While doing arati, you feel so much of joy. So it's a susukun kartam them. Very easy to perform. This is a process of bhakti yoga kartam and it's eternal. You do it here and you do it in the spiritual world. So now what you do in going to the spiritual world? The other process you do tapasya. When you attain God, you don't have to do tapasya. But process of bhakti is so nice that by doing it you're blissful, and after you go back to Godhead, there also you do the same thing. What you do in Vaikuntha. There also you go to bhakti, you attend Mangal Aarti. One Mataji asked a question. Prabhuji, मंगल आरती वैकुंठ में भी होता है क्या? अगर मंगल आरती वहां नहीं होता मैं वैकुंठ भी नहीं जाना चाहता. मैंने कहा नहीं होता है, चिंता मत करो. अरे यही तो यही भक्ति है कि ऐसा नहीं कि हमें वैकुंठ जाना है तो वैकुंठ मिलेगा. जब हम भक्ति में आनंद पाते हैं यहीं पे हमको भगवान का धाम मिलेगा. ये भक्ति की पराकाष्ठा है. That here only we are feeling so joyful while attending Mangal Aarti, chanting the holy names, hearing about the Lord. So the Vaikuntha is achieved here only. So why it is Avyam? So even you go to Vaikuntha, what do you have to do? Chant your rounds every day. You know, of course, you don't chant in the morning, you chant whole day. And whatever activity you're doing this chanting the, singing the holy name, dancing the holy name. Every walk is a dance, every word is a song, and water is pure nectar. That is a spiritual word. So this is a potency of bhakti. But what is the problem? Ashradhana Purusha. For this, so the Krishna says, if you don't have faith, then what happens? Ashradhana Purusha Dharmasya se param tapaha aprape mam nivartante mrityu samsara par. लेकिन जिनको में फेथ नहीं है, आप श्रद्धा नाम पुरुषा, क्या ये भक्ति सच में सही है? क्या हमको दिख तो नहीं रहा? कहीं क्या कर रहे हैं? भगवान है वास्तव में या भगवान का स्वरूप है? अश्रद्धा नाम पुरुषा धर्म से आपसे परंपरा अप्राप्य, वो मुझको प्राप्त नहीं करता है. Nivartante, Mrityu Sansar, Vartmani. For cycle of birth and death, he keeps roaming. Such a person who is faithless. But on the other side, we have faith that in Krishna. I'll tell you one story which happened in Tasgaon. In Tasgaon in Maharashtra, one devotee was distributing books. And he went and was distributing Bhagavad Gita. He felt thirsty. So while he was feeling thirsty, he went to the bisleri shop. It was a hotel. And he didn't have money. So in exchange of bisleri Bhagavad, he gave Bhagavad. And in that hotel, the hotel malik and other people, they will come for drinking. दारू पीने के लिए रात में उनका दारू पार्टी चालू होता था. But they thought that this time, during their daru party time, they have got a Gita. It's very auspicious. So first we read one verse of Gita and then we start drinking liquor. So they are reading Bhagavad Gita and then they start drinking liquor. And then what happens? So their schedule continued. Then they come to the third chapter. And third chapter, Krishna says, if you eat food without offering to me, you're a thief. Then they start offering some dana, some groundnuts. Okay. Bhagwan for some groundnuts, let us offer. They start offering the groundnuts to the Supreme Lord. And then they start their daru party. Now they came to the seventh chapter and eighth chapter. The eighth chapter talks about college and Mama. They talk about his chant Hare Krishna. So they start chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. So they read one verse of Gita and they will chant the holy name of the Lord. And then they will have their daru party. So now, as the time was progressing, their absorption bhakti was going more and more, just because of one Bhagavad Gita. Now, by the time they came to the 17th chapter, they realized, oh, Kama, Lobha, Krodha, Tirkaste, Tiraste, Naraka, Dwara. There is three other doors to hell. So drinking liquor, you go to, then you stop drinking liquor. And now they will read sloka, chant the holy name, and that's what their party is. And one day, Loknath Swami Maharaj is going through there, and Maharaj asked, what happened? Then they told the whole story. The Maharaj said, yes, now you need satsang. So he starts sending one brahmachari, one devotee for giving classes there. Now everyone became initiated. So how the potency of one Bhagavad Gita? Because they had Shraddha in Gita. They had Shraddha. So though they were sinful, but because of Shraddha, the Shraddha purified them and elevated them. But if you don't have Shraddha, so when we following the process of Bhakti, you will not find a transformation happening inside. So therefore, Shraddhavan Jane. But doesn't mean that you have to put a blind faith. You need to have a reasonable faith. We've always right to ask questions, but you can't understand God by question. Because Krishna has revealed, it has to be experience. You can ask question about a philosophy, but you cannot ask a question about whether Krishna exists or not, because you can't realize it with your intelligence. Because God is beyond our intelligence. He is greater intelligence. So he is not going to reveal himself by our intelligence, only by our surrender and faith. He will reveal himself and we can experience him there. So therefore reasonable faith is required in Bhagavad Gita. So, and therefore it's a marathon month also, December marathon. We distribute more and more Bhagavad Gita to others. That is also a seva to Krishna, book distribution. Now, from verse number 4, now in Bhagavad Gita, you see from 7th chapter onwards, Krishna follows a pattern. So every chapter, Krishna will talk about some glory. He'll open the chapter with some philosophical concept. Then in the between chapters, we'll talk about his glories, how is the source for everything. Then we'll talk about don't surrender to anybody. And then at the end, he will say surrender to me. Every chapter, he will find this common thing. Because unless you have faith in somebody that he can protect you, how will you surrender to him? So Krishna will talk about how this material world depends upon me. So that because we relate everybody with the material world. For example, even some preacher comes. So first his introduction will be coming, oh, he has done his BTech from IIT, he has done this. Then people will tell you, okay, who is he? But that's not required. Same with for God, his introduction of the material world is not required. But because we are in material consciousness, that God gives a material introduction that how I'm the source of creation, so that we understand that everything is coming to him, so to take his head. There. So now Krishna says, Maya tatam idam sarvam jagat avyaktamurtinah matastani sarvbhutani na chaham teshamastitah. So Maya tatam sarvam idam. By me, in my avyakta form, entire universe is provided. And all beings are in me, and I am not in them. And then next say, Na chamatastani bhutani. See, now Krishna says, all beings are in me, I am not in them. And the next verse says, Na chamatastani bhutani. Though yet everything is created does not rest in me. Pashyame Yogeshwaram, Bhuta Prata, all the material entities, all the everywhere, is still myself is the very source of creation. Like for example, when Brahmaji came, in after Brahma Lila, Brahmaji offering prayers to Krishna and says, I got so much bewildered. I got so much bewildered. Why? Because when Krishna showed the universal form, the universe in his mouth, Mother Ishada. What is the bewilderment of the earth? Now suppose you are in this hall and this hall is in your stomach. Yeah. So this you are sitting in this hall and this hall is in your stomach. It is inconceivable or not. So Krishna is in the universe and the whole universe in the mouth of Krishna. And that was more astonishing to Brahmaji. So this is the Achinta Shakti of the Lord. And that's what Krishna is saying. Everything is in me, I'm not in them. Though I am in them, they are not in me. So it's very confusing. Like, so this is an Achintya Shakti. So what does it mean? As Paramatma. Krishna is there in everybody's, but as Bhagavan is the source of creation. As Bhagavan is the source of whole creation. From him, Aham Sarvasya Prabhu Mata Sarvam Bhavati. So Mayavadi say, the impersonalists say, because God expanded into energy, he lost his personal form. But Krishna says, no, it's not like this. I'm a person in Golok, Vrindavan. At the same time, I have manifested in the universe as Virat Purusha and the Paramatma there. And I'm there in every one turn and everything. So the point is, we depend on Krishna. Krishna doesn't depend upon us. If Krishna leaves this world, Garbhodakshaya Krishna leaves this universe, everything in the universe will fall apart. But we do not, but he doesn't depend upon us. If we are not there, he continues to exist there. So the universe depends on God. God doesn't depend upon the universe. Pashyami Yogeshwaram. And then he says, he gives example also. For example, the air is going in the sky. So sky is always there. The air is flowing. So air needs sky, sky doesn't need air. So यथा आकाशस्थो नित्यं मायुष प्रभो महान् तथा सर्वाणि भूतानि मतस्तनोप धारय. And then Krishna says, सर्वभूतानि कौन्तेय प्रकृति यान्ति मामिकाम् कल्पक्षये पुनस्तानि कल्पादौ विसर्जनीयम्. So at the end of every meaning, it gets annihilated. At the beginning of the millennium, again it comes. So what is this concept? See, Brahma's one day has 1,000 yuga, which Krishna already spoke in the seventh and eighth chapter, Sahasra Paryanta. So 1,000 yugas concept. What is 1,000 yuga? Like we know one yuga, Satya Yuga, Treta Yuga, Dwapar Yuga, Kali Yuga. Now which yuga is going on? Kali Yuga. So this constitutes to one yuga. Then 1,000 yugas constitutes one day of Brahma. So Krishna is saying that Sarvabhutani context. So in the beginning of the day of Brahma, the sun is created, the moon is created, and there's a time Earth comes from the water. All the planet goes to the water. At the end of the night at the night of Brahma, when the night of Brahma starts, all the planets go to the Garbhodakosha. The sun also goes to the Garbhodakosha. And at the beginning of day, everything is created. And Krishna brings all the species. So water species came Sarvbhutani Kante Prakriti Yanti Mamika Kalpada. Then Prakratim Samastabhame Visajami Puna Puna. So this is what I do every day. Every day when the day begins, I create everything. And the Brahma comes. And the night comes, everything is destroyed. Bhuta Gramam Evam Krishnam Adesham Prakriti Vasham. The whole cosmic order is under me. By my will, it is manifested again and again. And my will, it is emulated at the head. So this is happening by system or by Lord's will? So it is Lord's will that whole Surya is rotating, the Chandra is rotating. This is happening by Lord's will. We are living. So everything happening in the creation by the Lord's will. What are happening in our life is also happening by Lord's sanction. Not only our will, but Lord's sanction. We have a desire, and Lord is sanctioning. But the beauty is, and again Krishna bringing this point, na cha mam tani karmani nibidhanti dhananjaya udasina vadasina asaktam teshu karmasu. See, we run a business and we got so much entangled, there's no time for Krishna. While running a business, I think there's so much work to do, there's no time for God. But God is saying, learn from me, I'm running whole creation, but I have so much time. I'm not attached. Though I'm running whole creation, still I never get attached to it. I still have time to do my Leela. And many people say, you're so much engaged in work that you have no time for me, right? So learn from me how to do detached work so that you have time for God. And you don't get entangled in your God. Udasina, udasina, asaktam teshu, karmasu. And you see this Prakriti, Maya Dakshin Prakriti Swati Saratram, Hito Nena Kante Jagatvi Prakriti. So Maya Dakshin Prakriti is working under whose control? My control. Maya Adhyakshaya. Who's the Adhyaksh? Krishna. So we have a Adhyaksh of a temple, temple president. Or we have Adhyaksh of any society. But who's the Adhyaksh of this whole universe is Krishna. Everything works under the direction of that Adhyaksh. Maya Adhyakshena Prakriti Swate Sa Characharam Hetu Anena Kontaye Jagadvi Parivartate. Hetu Anena Kontaye Jagat Jagat, the whole rotating. This material nature is working under my directions in a Panthi and producing all moving and non-moving unmoving being. By its rule, it's this manifestation is created and annihilated again and again. So everything is moving by Krishna desire. For example, COVID came. Now just think how COVID could become so powerful in one day. Who gave them energy? God's energy. It cannot do by its own. The Lord empowering the this thing. So sometimes Lord will empower the tamoguna. So the Rakshasi forces, Asuri forces become prominent. Lord will sometimes empower the Rajoguna. The materialistic life becomes empowered. When Lord empowers the Sattva-guna, the people with knowledge, they become empowered and they become prominent. So because of this guna, Lord's empowerment, only things are working. So everything, whatever is happening in this world is perfectly under Lord's control and it has a purpose. And we find any incompleteness in this world. Why? Because we are incomplete in our relationship with God. So there's an incompleteness in this world. There are reversals in this world to make us complete by connecting us to the complete whole. And that's why we perceive anything incomplete. But everything is happening in the Lord's interest. Suridam sar, bhutanam gyatmam shanti richati. And then the 11th verse Krishna says, Avajanati mam muna manushitanam ashritam param bhavam ajananto mam bhuta Aisha. Avajananti mam muna. So those people who are Buddha, Buddha means those, they think that I have taken a human form of life. I have taken a human body. So many people, when they read Gita themselves, they are not able to understand the transcendental nature of Krishna. Many people misunderstood Krishna. Even Gandhi misunderstood Krishna. He couldn't understand Krishna. Though he would read Gita, but he could not understand the personality of Krishna. Well, it's very difficult to understand the personality of Krishna, and people commit offense thinking not to be ordinary human being. Param Bhava Majananto. They did not know Param Bhava Mam Bhuta Vishwara. I am not a Jiva, I am the Lord of the Jivas. And what happened to such people? Moga, Moga Asha, Moga Karmano, Moga Jnana, Vichitasa, Rakshim Asurin Cheva, Pratim Mohini Vishta. Just to such people, whatever they do in their life, everything is backward. If they are karmis, the karma yoga doesn't work. If they are Gyanis, they don't understand about the Atma. And if they are Bhaktas, they don't go back to God. If they think my body is material. So when Krishna was living in the 11th canto, Krishna Chagati Thakur is when Krishna was leaving this world, going to leave this world, Kali came and started crying, Lord, what is the hope for me? Everybody will worship you. Where will I take my position? Then Krishna said, don't worry, I'll make arrangement for you. To make everybody fool, I'll leave one body. And then people will think that I have a metal body. Then anybody who thinks that people who do yagya, no yagya come, fal will come. Karam kanda will not come. Those are jnani, the jnana will also bear fal. And those bhakta, they will also bear fal. And then you can come. So that is why Krishna made this arrangement and people misunderstood the Krishna to metal body so that everything becomes tough and Kali starts ruling. And finally devotees like Srila Prabhupada come and spread the Hare Krishna Sankirtan. Right? Because through Sankirtan, this menace-like personality of Kali, it goes away there. Shanam Sankirtan ki jai. So Rakshasa Asuri Cheva Prakriti Moini Chita. So they taking, so those who think my body is material, they take Asuri Prakriti. They become Asuri Bhava. Now you see, many of this Babu and those, they start doing Rasleela. How dare they do? Because they start thinking Krishna's body to be material, then they fall down. So initially there may be some sant and sadhu karke, but because of Mayavad, they think we also can become like Krishna, then do their Rasleela and they fall down. But the devotees don't imitate Krishna; they worship Krishna's pastimes. Right? महात्मानस्तु मां पार्थ देवी तक्ते आश्रिताः भजन्ति अनन्य मनसो ज्ञाता भूतानि अपयम्. Mahatmanastu mam parta. But those who are Mahatmas, they take shelter in Devi Prakriti. See, there is Mahamaya, there is Yogamaya. Who is Mahamaya? Durga Devi. So whole world is taking shelter of whom? Mahamaya, Durga Devi. And she's taking up Trishul, giving suffering. So more we want to enjoy, taking shelter of Mahamaya, more we suffer. More we run behind money, more we run behind pleasure of this world, more we run about controlling people, more we are miserable. Why Mahamaya giving suffering? But more we surrender to Krishna, more we take the holy name of Krishna, more we serve the devotees, then the Yoga Maya comes. And here the Devi is Radharani, the Yoga Maya, the Hladali Shakti. Prakriti Ashita, Bhajanti Ananda Manso Gyata Radhi Manve. So only when we take shelter of bhakti, shelter of bhakta, then only we can perform devotional services ananya mansa. Otherwise, we will have a lot of distraction in our bhakti. Why? Because you have not taken shelter. So Krishna is telling those who are taking shelter of my antaranga shakti. That's why we don't worship Krishna alone. We worship Krishna with Srimati Radharani. Because we pray to Srimati Radharani to request Krishna to accept us. And we offer flower to Guru Parampara, not directly. To Gaurang Mahaprabhu, to Radharani, and then we offer to Krishna, because that's the meaning of Antaranga Shakti. And then Krishna says, see, many people say, क्या भगवान चाहते हैं हम उनका भजन करें? क्या भगवान चाहते हैं हम उनका नाम लें? लोग पूछे नहीं क्वेश्चन. हाँ, गीता में बोल रहे हैं सततम कीर्तन तो मां. मेरा हमेशा कीर्तन करो, कभी कभी नहीं, हमेशा कीर्तन करो. अच्छा, अब हमेशा कीर्तन करने का मतलब ये नहीं कि आप जो है हमेशा जप करते रहो. जो भी करो मुझको ग्लोरीफाई करने के लिए करो, मेरे नियमित नियम अनुसार करो, मेरे लिए करो. तो सततम कीर्तन तो माम कीर्तन तस्या था. अगर हम भगवान का जप रोजाना करते हैं, एक माला का हम प्रण लेते हैं, चार माला का प्रण लेते हैं, इट्स नॉट इजी टू डू. कृष्ण नोज दैट्स व्हाई से यतंतस्या, डू इट विद determination. Namam Chandasya Mam Bhaktya. You pay obeisances to me, Nitya Yukta Upasate, and do it perpetually, day after day, and life after. So Krishna is saying here that the devotees who are under Yoga Maya, under my Devi Prakriti, they take shelter of me, and by taking shelter, they do bhajan. Many times people say, अरे तुम लोग हरे कृष्णा में करते क्या हो, बस माला घुमा रहे हो. तो एक बार मन महाराज उस चले, तो some people were telling like that, चलो आके बैठ के 16 माला जप कर तो मैं पूरा प्रसाद दूंगा, पूरा खाना दूंगा. तो एक दिन में ट्राई किया, अगले दिन से भाग गए. तो इट्स नॉट इजी टू चैंट Krishna's holiness. It's more easy to work outside of the labor than to chant the holiness of Krishna. There. So devotees are doing great hard work in serving Krishna. Itantasya, now much more the section is Krishna saying. Krishna is going to tell you that how everybody is worshipping him indirectly, but rather than worshipping him directly, worship him directly. So he's saying, Gyan Yajnena Chapi Anye Janto Mam Upasate Ekatavena Patatvena Bhavana Vishtomukha. So some people are worshipping with the Jnana, like Gyan Yajna. This is Gyan Yajna. So generally Mayavadis or impersonalists will have Gyan Yajna there. And whose photo will be there? Their Swami's photo only will be there. So last year we had gone to Jagannath Puri Yatra of our spiritual master. And in front of only there's another yatra of some impersonalist sadhu. Now, whole his Gita Pravachan, the big photos of the sadhu only. There's no photo of God only. There's no photo of Krishna, all photos of the sadhu. And what is it? Jnana Yajna, Bhagavatam Jnana Yajna. And in our pandal, there was no photo of our Maharaj. The whole photo is of Krishna only, or the Lord only. So this is you can see the impersonation thing. So they had 10,000 people had come. So there is no photo of the Guru. But there only few people have come, but all were photo of the Guru. So this is the Jnana Yajna comes that they promote themselves rather than promoting God. So Jnana Yajna Chapiyanye Ijanto Mam Pasate. There Ekatavena Pataktavena Vishwatava. So some people worship the Lord as Vishwatamukham, as universal form. Ekatavena, in one form, and Bahut Pataktavena, many different ways. Aham kartu, but Krishna saying Aham kartu, Aham yagya, Swadham Omashadham, Mantro Aham, Evache Aham, Agni Ham Tham, कि मैं ही क्या हूँ एक यज्ञ हूँ यज्ञ में जो आहुति है स्वधाम औषधम I am the Aushadhi, I am the mantra. So that means why you do worship indirectly, but why not worshiping directly? Krishna is saying. Because everything, even you do yajna, who is the yajna Purusha? Krishna. Who is the mantra? Krishna. Who is the priest? The priest is empowered by the Lord only. So everything is empowered by the Lord, then why not directly to Bhagavad Gita? पिता अहमस्य जगतो धाता माता धाता पितामह Vedam Pavitram Karatik Sam Yajurevcha. All the Vedas, who am I? Because they're the words of God. Rigved, Yajurved, Samved, all the words of God. Pitamsa. I am the Father, I am the Gnans, I am the Father of this universe. Gati Bharata Prabhu Sakshi Nivasha Shandam. So, Prabhu Pralastana Nidam Nijamayam. I am the goal, the sustainer, the master, the witness, the whole. I am the creation, the nation, the basis of everything, the resting place, and eternal. All the species come from me. So whatever is in the universe come to me. Tapami hum. Tapami aham. Varsham vigrahat sajami cha. Amritam chema mritisha. Sadacha marjana. Arjuna, I control heat, the rain, God. I am immortality. I am also death personified. Both being and non being are in me. So everything, whatever is there is in Krishna's universal form. And Krishna is the source for his universal form. I say, okay, Lord, everything is you. But what about the people who go to the heavens? Yes, those who go to heaven. Travidya mama sopma puta papa. Yage rishva sargati prathayante. De punya masa de surenda loke. Mashanti devyanti deva bhava. They go and enjoy big lifetime. They're doing the Soma juice, goes to the heavenly plan. Of course, nowadays people don't want to go heavenly plan, they want to go to America. Right? The previously Brahmanas will do yake to go to Swarga. Now nobody wants to go to Swarga. They want to send all their children to US and go to US. So that has become mini Swarga for people there. But the problem with Swarga is what? Te sarlokam vishanam shine punne mitalokam vishanti evam kai dharmanu prapanna gatagatam tam tam. Even you go to Swarga, what happens? You come back. Once your punya is over, you come back. Right? So life is temporary even in Swarga. So what is the benefit of going to Swarga? And then Krishna says, why not you remember me? Ananya chintayanto ma ye jana paripasate tesha mrityabhutana yokshema. So just do my Ananya Chinta. Why to worship the Devata? Why to worship anybody? Yes. Because every devotee who worships me, I personally take care of them. So one time there was a person named Gita Panda. He was famous for learning Bhagavad Gita disciple. And there was a drought in the and there was a drought due to which he did not got any food for 3 days. And he was reading this verse that Krishna saying Yog Shemam Mahamyam, that I personally take care of my devotees. I carry what they have and I preserve what they I carry what they lack and preserve what they have. So he was thinking, why Krishna has to do it personally? And he's saying, "Arey, 3 days, nothing is happening, and so he put a cross upon this verse. He maybe could writing mistake, could shloka mistake. Then he went out for taking a bath. Now what happened? Two boys came, one black, one white, and they brought lot of grocery material and told his wife, "Oh, your husband has sent all this there." And the wife saw that there was a mark on their back. And wife asked, "Hey, what is mark here?" He said, "Oh, your husband beaten us up." And then they went. Then this Gita Panda came back. And when the Gita Panda came back, he asked his wife, "Hey, कहाँ से आया इतना सब खाना?" बोले, "तुमने तो भेजा है और तुमने बच्चों को मारा भी है." And he asked how the children look like. Oh, these children look like they had a mark and they say, then he understood, my God, Lord personally came there. The Lord's words are true that he personally take care of his devotee. And we have a personal experience. One time we were in Vrindavan and devotees had gone to Govardhan Parikramana. And when devotees had gone to Govardhan Parikramana, they returned like 12 o'clock. No, I had not gone that day. I had gone to the previous day Govardhan Parikramana, but all devotees came. I was sleeping night 12 o'clock. But when devotees came night 12 o'clock, they had not made any arrangement for the prasadam. Dinner prasad they did not do. They only took lunch and then went. And actually they were hungry. So nights from nowhere, one person, South Indian person speaking in English, he comes with a hot rice and hot dal. Night 12 o'clock. The first devotees were hesitating to take. First devotees were hesitating to take it. But afterwards, one devotee took, then all devotees took the prasad. So it is such a nectar. And they asked, अभी क्या कर रहे हो? बोले जो रात में सो रहा होता मैं उसके लिए रोजाना प्रसाद लाता हूँ. So we don't know who granted, right? So because devotee had gone for Govardhan Parikramana, the Lord only arranged, the Lord himself came, we don't know. But Lord takes care of his devotee. One time, again, I was doing Govardhan Parikramana, and we had arranged some prasadam for devotee, and that person said, "Aaj prasad nahi milega." The devotee was hungry only. So we had gone to this Govind Kund where Madhavan Puri had come, and I was telling in the class, that Krishna came to Madhavan Puri as Gopal and said, "जो यहाँ भिक्षा नहीं मांगते उनके लिए खुद दूध लेके आता हूँ." तो मैंने कहा कोई भी भगवान के घर भूखा नहीं जाता. And by the time परिक्रमा करते करते we reached Survi Kund, which is opposite side of Govind Kund, there was a feast going on, and all devotees took भर पेट 30-40 devotees. जैसे देखो यहाँ कोई भी भूखे पेट नहीं जाता. So Krishna take care of his devotee. Yog Shemam. Even during proper times, Shyam Sundar Prabhu and the three couples they had no money and they're running a whole movement in London. Shyam Sundar Prabhu says we didn't have the and somewhere he saw $100 flying and got it and gave them there. From where it came, nobody knows. So Krishna protects his devotees, take care of Ananya Chintan. So you just have to do Ananya Chintan. I will take care of everything. You need to have that there. And then Krishna said, but okay, now somebody asks, what about worshipping other devtas? Okay, Lord, you said you do your Ananya Chintan, but I'm worshipper of this devta, that devta. And Krishna saying, ये अपनी अन्य देवता भक्ता भजनते जो दूसरे भक्त देवताओं को भी भजते हैं श्रद्धान देता वो श्रद्धा 7th chapter भगवान ने बताया श्रद्धा भी कौन देता मैं ही देता हूँ अगर यू आर वर्शिपिंग एनी देवता हु गिव्स दैट श्रद्धा आई ओनली गिव दैट श्रद्धा ते अपनी मामेव कौन्तेय भजन्ते अभिधि Purukam. So though while worshipping the demigod, you're worshipping me, but it is illegal worship. Vidhi Purukam. Like if you give bribe to an officer, is it legal or illegal? It's illegal. The same way, worshipping the demigods is not required. Direct worship Krishna. And if you worship Krishna, since all the demigods are the part of the tree, So Krishna is a root, and all the demigods are different limbs of the tree, different parts of the tree. If you water the tree, water the root of the tree, whole tree is nourished. So same way when you worship Krishna, all the demigods are worshipped. Shiva, Brahma, Indra, Chandra, Varuna, Vayu, Ganesha, Lakshmi. Everybody is worshipped when you worship Krishna. There. So a devotee is not, see, devotee wish he may worship, but there's no need to worship. Krishna is saying, Abhidi, Purukam. Ami Saryatyanam Bhuttam Chakapuritha Na tu mam vijananti tatte nakshanti te. So I am the only enjoyer and only object of sacrifice. Those who do not recognize my true transcendental nature, they fall down. And where the worship of the Devtas goes and where your worship goes, my Lord. Yati Devta Dev Prata Deva. देवता के वर्शिपर कहाँ जाते हैं? देवलोक को जाते हैं. लेकिन कॉमन के देवलोक से वापस आते हैं क्योंकि दे आर नॉट परमानेंट अबाउट. पितृयान्ति पितृता. जब पितरों को पूछते हैं, श्राद्ध वगैरह करते हैं, वो पितृलोक को जाते हैं, फिर वापस आ जाते हैं. भूतानी यान्ति भूतेज्य. जो भूतों को पूछते हैं, our Suratkal voice was there. So now I went before, there's a big ghost temple there in front of the भूतों की पूजा. तो भूतानी यान्ति भूतेज्य. जो भूतों को पूछते हैं, भूतलोक को जाते हैं. बट यान्ति मध्या जमीन वहां, जो मुझको वर्शिप करता है, मुझको पूछता है, मेरे पास आता है. So now, एंड क्या भगवान आपको वर्शिप करना मुश्किल है? नहीं, वेरी सिंपल. पत्रम पुष्पम फलम तोयम यो मे भक्त्या प्रयच्छति तदहं भक्ति उपरताम अश्नामि पितात्मनः. प्लीज रिसाइट एवरीबॉडी. पत्रम पुष्पम फलम तोयम यो मे भक्त्या प्रयच्छति तदहं भक्ति उपरताम अश्नामि पितात्मनः. So one time, one person asked Prabhupada, Swamiji, you're saying Krishna accepts the food, कि ये भोग ऑफरिंग, पर पूरा का पूरा प्लेट ऐसे ही वापस आ जाता है कि भगवान ने उसको एक्सेप्ट क्या नहीं किया? श्री प्रभुपाद आंसर. See what Krishna is saying in Bhagavad Gita? Patram pushpam phalam toyam. If you offer a pushpa, flower, a fruit, leaf, water, with bhakti, with devotion, I accept it. The Krishna is saying I accept it. Should I believe Krishna or a loafer like you? Right? Should I believe Krishna or a loafer like you? Krishna is saying it, I accept it. Yeah. So when you're offering the puja, so what? So the word bhakti comes two times. What? That bhakti upritam, offered with devotion. By whom? My bhakta. So whenever we come to temple, we should bring some offering for the Lord. Either a fruit, either a flower. We should not come empty-handed to the temple. Why? We should offer something to the Lord. Even one flower also. Even one tulsi leaf also. Okay, somebody so poor cannot afford anything. Just get one tulsi leaf, So there. So offer something to Krishna. Offer something to Krishna there. So in India is a tradition, if you meet a sadhu or go to the temple, you don't go empty-handed. You bring something to give them. So tadham bhakti pratam and tadham bhakti upratam ashnami pratatmanaha. So when it is offered with devotion, I eat. So what Krishna eats, see, everything belongs to Krishna. What does he need? This life, if a child purchases sweets, very nice, tasty sweets from the market, from father's money only, but offer to the father, you eat first. Father will feel happy. अरे उसी के पैसे से लेकर आए क्या फायदा है? No, but there is a devotion, there is a love. The same way, God only has given us everything. When we offer to Him, He accepts our love, and the love is spreading. And there's one story of Raghunandan. So there's a devotee named Mukunda. He had a son named Raghunandan. So one day Mukunda is out of home. So his wife told his son, Beta, go and offer this bhoga to the Lord. And this small child, Raghunandan, took the bhoga to the Lord. And he puts Ghanti, Lord, eat it. But he saw that all the bhoga is like this only in the Lord. He started crying, Lord, please eat it. And Lord said, I ate it. I see it and eat it. So I don't understand this way of offering. Please eat it. And he started crying. And Lord ate everything. And then he took the empty plate to the mother. Now what the mother will think? Ye kha liya. And when he told that no, mother, I did not eat, it's a Lord ate it. But one thing, his father was a great devotee. So he had little faith, maybe this would have happened. So he said, okay. Then he gave, okay, better offer this laddu to the Lord. And again took the laddu, and Mukunda was watching behind from the window. And again he offered. And again Lord told, I ate it. And he started crying, please eat it, please eat it. And Lord took the hand like this and put it. And then Mukunda was watching. Lord saw Mukunda. Lord stopped there, eating the half laddu. So that preserved even that half laddu there. It's happened in Bengal, in one village in, I think, Khetri, uh, Gram. So one of the place in Bengal, this constant happened. So deity can eat, provided he offer with the devotion like Raghunandan did. There. But Lord is eating every time you're offering bhoga. Why? See, Lord's all angani asa sakale nindya vitivanti pashanti panti kalanti chiram jaganti. Like when Lord has to produce Brahma, he doesn't have to produce like a man. A navel from his navel one Kamal comes and Brahmaji comes. Same way, Lord has to produce the universes. He just glances the universes come. So Lord can eat by glance also. It's not that to physically take a hand and eat and on to just by his glance he can eat. His all senses are interchangeable. That's why whatever you're going to offer to the Lord, nobody should see that bhoga with a desire to enjoy. Nobody should smell that. Otherwise, already it is juta. You cannot offer it to the Lord. So therefore, when you're making a bhoga for the Lord, there's a lot of cares and regulations there. And the Lord sees that bhoga and hears the devotional prayer of the devotees to accept the bhoga. Lord eats that bhoga. And then Krishna is saying, Yat karosi dashnasya josdasya yat tapase kanshay tat kurshamad अर्पणम तुम जो भी करते हो मेरे लिए करो जो खाते हो पहले मुझको अर्पण करो फिर खाओ मुझे बिना अर्पण करे कुछ भी मत खाओ ये तो जो होशी जो भी देते हो जो करते हो जो भी तपस्या करते हो मेरे लिए करो आज एकादशी है तो एकादशी को हम अन्न नहीं खाते तो ये तपस्या किसके लिए करो मेरे लिए करो कौन थे तत्कुरुषु मद अर्पण तो सब कुछ मेरे लिए करो आई रिमेम्बर आई read this verse when I was in my 12th class and I didn't know how to practice. So I will whatever my I will boil my own milk, then offer to Gita only. And then bring okay, at least offer something to the only when I met, is Ashram Prabhu, read Srila Prabhupada's book, then I understood, oh, you can offer bhoga to the Lord. It is prasadam there. So everything, whatever you do it for Krishna. Now may say, Arey, why Krishna is saying offer everything to me only? क्या सबको भगवान को चाहिए? No. One time, one person, one boy went to US for job and he's earning $5,000 those days. Father said, "Beta, send thousand. You keep $1,000 with you and send $4,000 to home." And he was sending $4,000 to home. And when the son returned after 3 years, father on and the son got married. Father gave him 1 crore ka check. He said, "I was saving all that money what you were saving, and now your wife has come. You will probably take care of the money. But if in the US you have a lot of money, you would have spoiled." The same way, when we have extra resources and we use it for our unnecessary enjoyment, we get entangled, we get karma, and we get returning in the cycle of birth and death. But when we do everything for Krishna, we get free from the cycle of birth and death. We get free from all karma and we go to the spiritual world. And that's what Krishna is saying that you offer everything to me. Shubha Shubha Fali Deva Moksha Se Karm Bandhane Sanyas Yoga Atma Vimukta Mam. See how Krishna loves us that you just offer anything in devotion and accept it. Whatever you do, just do for me. If you remember me, I personally take care of everything. Like LIC policy is Yog Shema Mahamya. But that is not actually Yog Shema Mahamya. Because the person who's dead, his family will be taking care. But what about that person? But Krishna takes care of us after death. And only Krishna can take care of us during death and after death. Nobody else can. No LIC policy can take care of us. In fact, Krishna says that any person, any devotee who has given his whole life, he has served me dedicatedly. Even if not able to remember me at the time of death, I will give my remembrance to him. I will remember that. And that's very clear. There's one story happened of Anand Vrindavani Mataji. How many heard the story of Anand Vrindavani Mataji? She is a Russian lady. She was in Mayapur. This Anand Vrindavani. And what had happened? This Anand Vrindavani Mataji, she and the one devotee was sick. She thought, okay, let me serve this devotee so that I also know what is a near death experience. When you're dying, how you experience. But while she curing her, she got so much disease that she was admitted in the hospital. And now she was near death. And when she was near death, she was in coma, then it came some consciousness. The nurse was speaking, who are you? And if she forgot who is, yeah, that. But there was a Kantimala. So the nurse was a Muslim nurse. Then the doctor came. He said, "Oh, she's a Hare Krishna devotee." Then the doctor told, "Oh, chant Hare Krishna." Doctor was chanting Hare Krishna for her. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare. And while hearing the holy name from the doctor, she died. And because what had happened, the devotees in Kazakhstan were doing kirtan for her. So their kirtan comes as a holy name from the mouth of the doctor. And she died remembering hearing the holy name. And she died. And when she died, whole reel of her life came around. Whole life for real came out. How she became a devotee. And from the time she became a devotee, start chanting one round. She saw Krishna or Jagannath was always there with her. And that Jagannath was little Krishna is Jagannath. There. Means blue face with Krishna's hand little bit there. Like that, she saw Krishna was always there because she would worship Jagannath deity. Like Krishna was always there with her. And she saw many, many things, but the main experiences come when she was doing Kirtan. Those experiences were very profound with her. The experiences of the Kirtan. And also she saw that how she was preaching and many companies were against him. Many scientists or Muslims were against him. But how the Lord protected her in every situation. So she thought that she is done, but actually then she saw after dying how the Lord protected him at every situation. That time she didn't realize it. And then she's worshipping the deities, everything, and then she came back to life. She died and then again came back. And after 1 year, she narrated the whole story, what happened to her. So that means what? If you keep serving Krishna, Krishna, though she forgot Krishna, but Krishna remembered her through the devotees, through the doctor. Krishna gave his remembrance to him, and Krishna protected her. There. So this is the beauty of the Lord. There is the mercy of the Lord. So now, one may say, is the Lord partial to his devotees? Do you think the Lord is partial to his devotees? No. Samaham sarva bhuteshu. I'm equal to everyone. Name dveshvastina priya. I don't envy anybody another there. But ye pasanti tumam bhaktya maititeshu champion. Who worship my devotee, I also, my devotee worships me, I also worship him. So Krishna is not partial but reciprocal. See, partial means he's not partial to his devotees. Anybody can become his devotee, but he's reciprocal. If you worship him, he reciprocates with you. That is the beauty of Krishna. Now, sometimes you may feel, oh, I'm a very sinful person. I've committed my so much sin. How will I take to Krishna Bhakti? What will I do? Then, api cheta suduracharo bhajate mam ananyatha sadhureva samantavya samyak vyavasito hisa api cheta. So this was the most hope-giving verse to me in Bhagavad Gita. As you read this, oh, there's so much hope because we have done so many activities in our life. We don't know what we have done and what we have not. But there is a hope that just you keep doing, even you have done something wrong in your life, but you become a devotee. Keep performing devotional service. Sadhu revasa mantave. You become a sadhu. So even sometime a person who is becoming a devotee accidentally fall onto a wrong thing. But if he is doing devotional service, he gets purified. But if it's a premeditated fall down, oh, anyway, I'm chanting, I can do anything what I want, then Krishna becomes angry. Then Krishna doesn't show mercy. But if accidentally some devotee falls down, don't worry, no need of atonement. You want Yamaraj won't come to you. Just keep doing my bhakti. Your bhakti only will purify and don't commit that sin again. There. Shipram bhavati dharmatma shashva shanti nirachati kaunte prati janahi name bhaktya panchati. My devotee never perishes. He quickly becomes a dharmatma and he attains peace and understand. Kaunte prati jani, understand. Na me bhaktya panchati. My devotee never perishes. And why Krishna is saying, Arjuna, you declare? Because when to protect Bhishma's vow, Krishna is going to break his vow to protect Arjuna. He's saying, you declare my devotee never perishes no matter whatever happens. There. And what about there? Now, Mahami Pata Vipashitya, Yepisu Pap Yonia, Istrio Vesho Tatha Shudra, Te Api Yanti Param Gati. Now Krishna is saying, O son of Pritha, those who took shelter in me, though they be of lower birth, women, Vaishyas, as well as Shudras, can approach the supreme destination. Now people say, why Bhagavad Gita is saying that they are all low born? Actually, in Krishna's life, there is nobody low born. But according to Vedic way, the way to obtain God was tapasya, right? You have to go jungle. But who will go to jungle? Generally, Brahmana and the Kshatriyas. The Vaishyas, because they're dealing with money whole life, they will not go to the jungle. The Shudras, they will not, they were the serving, they will not go to jungle. Even women also, they will not go to the jungle. So that was considered disadvantages from the point of view of Ashtanga Yoga and Jnana Yoga to realize God. But the Bhakti Yoga Krishna is saying anybody can perform there. And that's why this context comes. Another point. So it's not that the Krishna is saying that they are lower and being because everybody is there. But from the point of view of the Vedic realization of learning the Vedas, Jnana Yoga and Ashtanga Yoga, the women, Vaishyas, they generally don't go for practice of those. And therefore they're not able to perfect their life through those yogas. But by Bhakti Yoga, everybody can perfect his life. That's what Krishna is doing, and that's the beauty. And in fact, Prabhupada says that Mataji's, the ladies, they're more interested in God. So men are watching cricket, but ladies are coming for the program there in Kali Yuga. There. So, because bhakti is attained through faith. And naturally, mothers have more sentiments, emotions towards Krishna. So does that mean that Prabhu should not take anything? When Krishna is saying, what about Brahmanas and Rajashi? Arjuna is saying, hey, I'm a Kshatriya. Am I not qualified for bhakti? No, no, no. Kim puna Brahmana punya bhakta राजस्य तथा अनित्य सुखम लोकम इमं प्राप्त। अरे जब सबके लिए तो आपके लिए तो और ज्यादा है। You should worship me with great heart. So even you're born in a Brahmana family practicing all Brahmana, still you should do bhakti. And then Krishna concludes this whole ninth chapter of Bhagavad Gita. Man mana bhava mad bhakto matyajimam namaskuru mame visasayuktevam atmanam. Think of me, become my devotee, worship me, mame visasi, you will attain me. Yuktevam atmanam mat parayana, and worship me. So here Krishna directly saying, worship me, think of me, there. Now what do you think if Krishna comes to you, what is going to speak to you? Okay, I'll tell one pastime of Brahman Patnis. So when Krishna was doing his Leela and Vrindavan, one time the Gopas came to Krishna saying, we are feeling very hungry. And Krishna said, the Brahmanas are doing yajna nearby, you go to them. Then they go to Brahmana. Brahmana kept mum. They did not give. They think Krishna is asking for charity. Brahmana did not say anything. See, whose puja they are doing? They are doing yajna. Whom they are worshipping? Lord Vishnu only. And Lord Vishnu is asking the Brahmana one, Karam Kandi Brahmana. They don't understand who is calling. Then they became morose. Oh, we did not got Bhiksha. Then Krishna said, okay, go to Brahman Patnis. Go to their wives. They are great devotees. And this Gopabala went to the Brahman Patnis. And when he went to the Brahman Patnis, those Brahman Patnis, as soon as they heard Krishna is hungry, they took all their food stuff, what they made for the yajna, and brought it to Krishna. Their husband stopped them, their children stopped them. Still, they did not stop, and they came to Krishna. And they went to Krishna's beautiful form. Shamam hiranya paridim vanamalyavaksam dhatu pravalavattanavattamse vinyasta hasta swadabdunaba amcham Itarena Utpala Makhamjahasam. The beautiful form Krishna was carrying, keeping one hand on the hand of his comfort friend, taking a lily flower like this. And they saw that beautiful first time they saw Krishna in their life. And when they saw Krishna like that, they took Krishna in their heart with all love and devotion, they worship Krishna. And they say to the Lord, Lord, now we have come and surrender to you. Please keep in the forest and we will keep worshipping the lotus feet in the forest. But Krishna said, very nice, you have come, thing. But your husbands need you. You go back to your husband. And the wife said, no, our husband will not accept us. Krishna said, don't worry. Even Devtas will tell your wife are great devotees. and everybody will accept you. You go back. And when they went back, their husband was saying, Aho dik kulam, dik gyatam, dik jnanam, that hell, hell to our education, hell to our being Brahmanas, hell to our following Brahmacharya, hell to all that. You have developed so much attachment to Krishna. You're so detached from your household life, you immediately then, but we are so attached there. So you are great devotees, though you have not attained education in the Gurukul, you are not studied the Vedas. Still, why? Your devotion to Krishna. So the Brahmanas were glorifying their wives. Why? Krishna told them, hey, your wives are great devotees, respect them. So if we do bhakti sincerely, so sometimes our relatives may be opposed. But as you keep doing bhakti nicely, Krishna will give intelligence to your relatives to not trouble you much. There. And if Krishna is giving intelligence to your relatives, he's testing your devotion. There. And it happens. Initially, relatives will trouble you. Then they will only become devotees after some time. Right? There. So this is the mercy of Krishna. And how did they develop so much devotion to Krishna? They developed devotion to Krishna because they heard when the Vrajavasis will go to Mathura. So on the way, their town will come. And they will hear Krishna did this, Krishna did this. And they develop so much love and devotion to Krishna there. And one thing Krishna had told the Brahman Patnis, that is not the best way to develop devotion in my company. Rather should go back your home, Shavanad Darshanat Kirtana. Keep seeing my deity form, keep hearing about me, keep worshiping me. That will develop love for me. So even if we get Krishna, like Jagannath comes in the altar and give darshan. Now what he will say? Go back to your homes and keep worshiping me and keep coming to my temples. That's what Krishna will say. Don't he not say to come and stay with me. That prerogative is very bad. First you have to develop that level of love. So this is the love how Krishna loves his devotees. And he's hankering for our devotion. He doesn't need anything of us. He needs our heart. But when we offer something to Krishna, our dhan, our vacha, our words, our heart, our prana, we get benefited. And Krishna only wants is our love. And he loves us so much. He's ready to do anything for us. And this is the message of Bhagavad Gita, the love letter of the Supreme Lord to all the living entities. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Gita Jayanti Mahamotsav ki jai, Shri Prabhupada ki jai. Any question? Any one or two questions anybody has? Online, any questions there? Hare Krishna. Any question? Any devotee has any question? Okay.
Hare
So,
Krishna.